Hello and welcome to the third Bali vlog, our final days in Canggu and Nusa Penida. This is a very quick whistle stop tour of our villa because I'll do a longer video soon. We got back to Ubud and I had to go straight for a coffee and a croissant at 7 AM Beggars Club just to relax and get back into the swing of things. And then later that night we went to Lola's Mexican to meet some friends. My friends are traveling from back in Ireland. They're going to Australia. So it was so nice to meet up with them in Bali. We had some cocktails, we had some good food. It was Taco Tuesday, so any taco that you buy, you also get a free margarita. So it was a very good night, but we did have a 5 AM wake up call the next day, so it wasn't the boozy one. So a very early start to the morning because we were going to Nusa Penida and we had to catch, I think it was the 8 AM boat. Our driver picked us up in his little whip. It was very pimp my ride, but we got there and it was a lovely morning. The skies were blue, it was very warm already, so it was going to be a good day. We arrived down at the docks and it was like 7:30 in the morning and it was packed. There was so many people, everyone seemed to have the same idea. And we had to obviously walk through the water to get on the boat, and yeah, the boat was an experience to say the least. Going over wasn't too bad, but we got there in one piece. It was fine. There wasn't really much to see on the way, but I think I slept most of the time, but yeah, it was interesting. So we did pay for the snorkelling package and it takes you around 4 different parts of the island, and this is literally the only content I got because I was sick over the side of the boat and I got into the water once. It was not for me. It was so choppy. Honestly, I can't tell you how happy I was to get off that boat. But then afterwards, the driver comes and picks you up and takes you to lunch. So we have a driver for the full day. So driver picks us up from our villa in the morning to the dock. Then from the dock takes us to the scuba diving. Then from the scuba diving takes us to the lunch spot. So we had a long drive up in the mountains and it was very scenic. It was very nice. But it was a lot of windy roads. The roads here are tiny, so that was also an experience. But we headed on to lunch and filled our stomachs, which was very nice. So this was our lunch that was included in the package, just some noodles, some prawn crackers, some chicken satay, and it was really good. Not a very busy restaurant, but it was really nice. And then on to the next part of the trip, which was sightseeing. So we got taken around 3 different spots by our driver. The first one was the very popular Instagram spot. You'll recognize it in this next bit. Yeah. Kelingking Beach, and we did not try and go down to the beach because apparently it is a death trap, but we enjoyed the views from the top. Then we have the Broken Beach, which is very nice. The water is amazing, like so blue, stunning. And then I think the next one we went to was Billabong, which was this little gap of the water, and the water gets so high. I think it's in this next clip maybe. The water just, yeah, because there's a lot of waves. It's just very nice to see. And then it was time to go back to Canggu, and it seemed like the longest day ever, but the day wasn't over yet because this boat was honestly the worst experience of my life. I thought I was going to die, and when I touched the ground back in Canggu, I almost kissed the ground. I was so happy to be back on land. Yeah, that was the worst experience ever, and I will not be back on a boat for a very long time. And settle the stomach before we head out for dinner, we had to have one last cinnamon. These are so good. For dinner, we headed over to Seminyak to go to Motel Mexicola, which had been highly recommended. This was our second last night, so it was incredible. Like, the inside is insane, all like the neon lights, the decor. We had some very, very yummy cocktails. I think mine was like a fruity one. They had a massive menu, so we didn't know what to order, but so good. And they have this dance floor in the middle of the restaurant, and someone rings a big bell and they put this song on, and then everyone gets up and dance, which is quite nice. All the kids got involved as well. So the lighting isn't the best in here, it's very, very red, but we did have a lot of tacos. We had some rice, we had some plantains, we had the best food. Like, it was so good. It was way too much, but oh my god, I'm just dreaming about this food right now. Like, it was so good. Our last full day in Bali. We were getting our flight later that night, I think around 11 p.m, so we did have a full day to relax. We booked our villa for an extra night just so that we could sit around the villa and kind of relax until our flight, but yeah, it was gonna be hard to go. For our last Bali brunch, we headed to Crate Cafe, which was very digital nomad, very westernized, and it had these delicious smoothies. I don't know how they made this, but it was so good. And the pièce de résistance was this amazing smoothie bowl that came in a jug like this. It was incredible. Showstopper, I would call this. Handshake from Paul Hollywood, all that. But yeah, unbelievable. So good. Himself ordered the shakshuka, but the only issue was by the time his arrived, mine had melted a lot, so it didn't look very appetizing, but it was still so good. I tried to wait, but yeah, that happened. And on our last day, it rained. This was the first bit of rain that we've seen the whole trip. And for our last Bali meal before we left for the airport, we went to Sista Dumpling, which was highly recommended. And we were in the mood for dumplings because we live for dumplings. And it was still a bit cloudy. You can see the rainfall here had like logged up the fields. It was still very grey and miserable looking. But we still came and sat outside. Really nice location. And when I say I think these are the best dumplings that I've ever had, they were incredible. Like, I would go back to Bali just for these dumplings and bao buns, and oh my god, so good. Like, I cannot highly recommend this enough. You must go if you're in Bali. And then it was time for the airport. I had a bowl of Cocoa Pops in the lounge, and we waited and waited for our flight. The travelling was not fun.
How was the lunch?
It's lovely.
And you argue with me.
Shut up.
Well connected or whatnot.
What happened in business class?
Bags will come business class. You check your window for business class if you want to.
And we were back to London the next morning, ready for the jet lag.